All right, so let's move into the next set. We're going to do the quick analysis gallery now. Remember in previous modules, we've used the status bar. It kind of gave us a basic analysis of some of the data that we had in our sheet. There's another tool for analyzing data really quickly, and that's the quick analysis gallery. So one of the things you'll notice when you select data is you get this little box on the lower right-hand corner that kind of pops up, and that's your quick analysis gallery. And it gives you options that you can do really easily to your data. All right, so say I have a range I want to analyze, and in this case, it's going to be G4 through G23. All right, you'll notice the quick analysis button pops up here. And if you click it, you see that you have several different options for things that you can do. And it will give you a kind of a preview of things that you can do to it as you go along. So what I want to do, I want to click the top 10% button here. So I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to click outside my selection. Now here's the thing. Sometimes when you add information like this, you don't always understand what that is, what it's pointing out. So what I want to do is I want to add a little more information to my sheet so that anybody that looks at it knows what they're looking at. So I'm going to come down here to I-24, and I'm going to type in shaded cells. Hopefully type in shaded cells indicate top 10%, and then I can fill it in too. So I'm going to hit enter and click on it again. And I'm going to try to find a color that's kind of close. That red accent, let's see, I'm going to do like a red accent 4, lighter 80% maybe. Just something to put some background color in it. You're going to have to put it in both cells here. But that just kind of gives the person that looks at it a little clue as to what they're actually looking at. We're going to total the sales data. So I'm going to go to C24. And I'm going to type in equals sum. And I'm going to sum C4, C4 through C23, like so. What I'm going to do is I want to take these numbers and I want to drag them over to the right to total those out. All right. I'm going to go to A24. I'm going to type in totals here. All right. And then I'm going to go over to G23 and I'm going to drag down. Oops, not like that. Let me hit my back arrow. I just want to drag the formula down. I'm going to grab my fill handle and drag it. All right. And then for C through F, I'm going to do the comma style with no decimal places to make the format the same. All right, so it's coming along. Let's see. Let's do some find and replacing. Sometimes you want to find a specific piece of data in your worksheet, and you could use the find and command or find and select options there. The data that you search for is sometimes called a search string. But if you want to replace, say that you put a word in here to describe something and it's used over and over again, and you just all of a sudden decide there's a better way to do it. Instead of having to go through each row to replace the word, you can use this setup to kind of find them and replace them. All right, so I'm going to go to A1, kind of park myself at the top. And then on my home tab, I'm going to go over here to my find and select options. And I'm going to start off doing the find first to show you how it works. And then once this little box pops up, I'm going to click the options because there's more than just that you can do. All right, I'm going to type a word in here. I want to look for the word health. Okay. And I want it to match perfectly and match the entire cell's content entire cell's content. All right. So check those two boxes. When you hit find next, it will move through the sheet, and for every instance that it finds, it will show you where it is. All right. And you can just hit find next and move through and so forth. All right, so that's just if you want to find a word. If you want to find something and replace it, you can go to the find and select and hit replace, and that same window is going to pop up, except it's going to give you the ability to tell it what to replace it with. So I'm going to put find what, I'm going to put life there, and I want to tell it to replace it with life and an ampersand and LTC. All right. So when it finds life, it's going to replace it with life and LTC. And I want it to match perfectly, and I want to match the entire cell contents. All right, now I could go through each instance if I wanted, but I can do it all at once as well. So I'm going to hit replace all. It's going to tell me how many times it replaced it. And then I can hit OK and close the window. And I'm going to hit save. My husband's sitting in the other room. All right, so I'm going to drag A4 through F23. And I'm going to go on my table tool design here. I'm going to do some styles first, I think. So let's see, I'm going to make sure I choose the none up here. And what happens is you'll notice that I had like a line. I'll show you. I have this purple line here. There's some formatting in here I don't want. So if I do through F23 and I go up here to the table styles, this first option is none, and it takes away that formatting. Gets rid of that problem for me. I'm going to come over to G, and I'm going to do G5 through J23. And I'm going to right click what I selected. I'm going to go to Format Cells. On my Border tab, I'm going to choose none there as well to get rid of any lines that might show up. And I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to hit Save. And I'll see you in the next video.